What's going on, everyone? Jack here from Frsky. Today I'm talking about this. This is the Radiomaster TX16S, and it is a multi-protocol radio that you can pick up for as low as 99 bucks. Now, this is a really solid remote, and multi-protocol means that you can fly a bunch of different drones with it. Now, typically the way it works is if you buy one remote, you're kind of stuck to that ecosystem. That's not true with this thing. This thing flies a ton of stuff. Frsky, Spektrum, Flysky. It does the three major protocols when you're talking about FPV stuff, but that's not it. It also will fly your Hubsans, your Symas, your MJX Bugs drones. That's right, this thing does a little bit of everything. It's an awesome radio, and in fact, it'll make you a better pilot. Okay, that's a lie. Maybe. Let's learn more. Alright, so first of all, this is a really nice radio. The gimbals, I've got the Hall sensor version. That's about $130. The initial version is about $100. These gimbals are just really nice. The switches, they're more switches than you'll ever need on this thing. Take a look at that. This screen here is touchscreen compatible. That's not out yet. That's with some firmware update. The scroll wheel is nice. It runs OpenTX, so that's pretty fantastic. It's a remote. It flies your drones, right? It works the same way all the other ones do. So the question is, should you buy this one? When we compare it to the Tyrannus, it's pretty similar in terms of size, right? And really, there's not a whole lot of difference, except this flies almost anything. This will only fly your Frsky stuff. Now, yes, it does D8. Yes, it does D16. So it'll do the two major protocols that I use. Does it do access? No. Will it do crossfire? Yes, it will. In fact, you can even get this shipped with a Crossfire module for $200. That's a pretty good deal. So you can pretty much fly everything that your little heart would desire with this drone. But if you already have one of these, would I upgrade? Probably not. I mean, this is really good. I do actually kind of prefer this. I don't know if it's in my mind, but I feel like these gimbals are just a little bit nicer, a little bit smoother. You know, I don't know. Am I going to be a better pilot moving from this to this? No, I'm not. So what am I talking about? Make you a better pilot? Well, if you're flying toy grade stuff, things like Symas, Hubsans, MJX, well, those remotes, not very good. This is my little Ishin Santa drone. It's really a 011, Ishin 011 with a little Santa on top. The remote that comes with this looks something like this. Actually, this is the E010 remote, the E011 remote garbage as well. This is not precise. This is hard to fly. Bind it to this, buying protocol for the 1.1 version, and you're going to get better range, you're going to get more precise. Yes, you'll be a better pilot, kind of, not really. It's just easier to fly on something like this versus something like that. My old Hubsan X8, love that thing. This was the remote that came with it. It was okay, but, you know, this is still an upgrade and better range when I bind it to this, right? I'm going to show you it flies, right? It flies with this remote. You can fly almost anything. Tiny Hawk? Yep. MJX Bugs? Yep. 5-inch Racer? Yep. Little Flysky quad? Yep. What about this giant Syma? You bet. Let's go do it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this Syma X8 up in the air. This is one of my old favorite drones. I like it. It looks like a Phantom. It's not super expensive. It is super durable. I've crashed it a bunch. Now, you do have to do a little bit of research in order to bind these things to the Radiomaster, right? You have to find out what protocol it uses. Now, this one uses the Syma X protocol, which was kind of intuitive, but they're not always intuitive. Like I said before, the Ishin 011 uses something called a Bayang protocol. Then once you kind of have it figured out, you have to make sure that the throttle inputs and all that stuff match the same channels. Whew, close one there. You know, like I said, this remote not going to really make you a better pilot. It is, however, more precise than the original. Now, I was able to actually assign an aux channel to turn on the video for this drone, so that's really a neat feature. You can do a lot of stuff, but, you know, it will take a little bit of tinkering and a little bit of research to connect the drone that you have to this remote. Now, it does not work for everything, right? There are tons and tons of protocols available for this, but, you know, it doesn't work for everything. It certainly isn't going to fly any of your DJI things, but you know what? Those remotes are generally pretty good anyway. So This is the Syma X8, flying on it. You know, I've been flying a lot of my little indoor quads on this, my Mobula 6, my Tiny Hawk. Ooh, crash landing. Alright, that's one way to land it. If you haven't purchased a remote, this is a really good one to start with. Other things you want to keep in mind, it does charge via USB-C. That's super cool. There's a USB-C port on the top as well, so you can connect it to your computer and use it as a joystick for a simulator. There are even 2 servo connections on the bottom. Like I said, this thing will do stuff that I'll never use it for. There's a lot of forward thinking that went into this remote. You're probably thinking to yourself, Jack, that looks like the Jumper T16. Well, yeah, Radiomaster and Jumper, they were the same company, I think, and they split, right? And they kind of went their own ways. Radiomaster developed this. Jumper went on to the 18 model, which I'll have that on my channel the next couple of weeks. But overall, this is a good radio. I like the way it feels. It doesn't make me a better pilot, but it is a good remote. Definitely worth checking out. What do you guys think of this remote? You thinking about it? Drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Hey, good luck and happy flying.